just in the capital, but across major towns in Kenya. I'm now joined by Alan Ochanda, who's coming to us live from Kakamega to give us a status update on what exactly is happening on the streets of Kakamega. Ochanda, a very good afternoon to you. When we spoke earlier, there were barely any protesters on the streets of Kakamega, perhaps synonymous with the fact that one of theirs has been nominated to serve in the cabinet secretary. That's Wycliffe Oparanya, the first Kakamega governor who's been nominated and is serving as the current MSME's cabinet secretary. Ochanda, what's the latest in terms of the Nane Nane protest? And kindly give us an update on the security presence as well.
Well, Jesse, as to whether the nomination and, of course, the confirmation and swearing in of Wycliffe Oparanya, the first governor of Kakamega, into the cabinet, being absorbed into the President William Ruto's cabinet, will be serving as a magic bullet to quell the perennial demonstrations that have been motivated by the Gen Z generation here in Kakamega. As to whether it will act as a magic bullet remains to be seen, because, of course, remember that their threat to carry out the demonstrations, they say, will be happening at exactly 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Of course, at Nane Nane. That's actually in Kiswahili, saa nane na dakika nane. And so we really be waiting as to whether that will be materializing. But since morning to this hour, activities have been running smoothly here in Kakamega. Remember that in the past demonstrations here in this particular town of Kakamega, the demonstrations will start at around 11 to 12 noon. But today, it's quite calm. Remember that during those demonstrations, even business premises will be closed by as early as 9 a.m. But today, operations, activities, you can see if my colleague will just pan on this particular street here. Is one of the main streets here. You can see motorists and, of course, bicycle operators here really going on with activities. And deterred. You can see the business premises have already been opened. The business is going on as usual. Nothing to maybe just nothing to just deter the business operators from carrying on with the activities. But once in a while, we've seen police vans here patrolling the town to just ensure that there are no crowds who shall be gathering here, because of course immediately you allow the gatherings, that is when they really surge, and it really becomes a challenge to the police to the security apparatus to contain them. But we've seen now also the distraction that was carried out during the past demonstrations. The distractions, we haven't yet seen any repairs, because of course remember that on a section of the Kisumu-Kakamega highway, it's a dual road, and so to ensure that there were no careless crisscrossing of the road, there were some barriers, metallic barriers, that were being erected during those demonstrations that were witnessed in the last 1 month, and they were actually destroyed, looted, and we've not seen any repairs being carried out, because of course they have to assess the situation as soon as the demonstrations really subsides.
Okay, Alan Ochanda, it seems the monkeys are hanging on the lines. We'll definitely establish that connection and get back to him. But as of what he's just informed us, it seems it's business as usual in Kakamega town, but they're still waiting, because the Gen Z protesters had hinted that at 2 p.m. in Swahili, saa nane na dakika nane, that's when they would be turning out in their masses to protest for the concerns they want to be highlighted by the government in terms of transparency, accountability, and good governance. But on a good side, no looting, no destruction of property has been witnessed so far in Kakamega town. Away from that, we now want to shift focus to some developments that played out in the course of today's morning, all to do with the swearing in of the 19 cabinet secretaries. Remember, they were sworn into office